Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel for what's going to be a 4-in-1 tutorial using the Natasha Denona Star Palette. You might recognize a few of these looks from recent videos. I had a lot of requests from you guys to show how I got the look, and so that's what this video is going to be. Let's go ahead and get started, and for reference, I'm going to be talking about the shades of the shadows I use and the lip products, but the rest of the products on my face are all the same from look to look, so I'm just going to list them in the description bar below. For the first super easy, very natural look, I'm starting off with the shade Titania and running that through my crease. Next, for the pop of shimmer on the lid, I'm going into Bellatrix and using my finger to pat that all over my lid. The shimmers in this palette are kind of like pressed pigments, so I find to get the most pigmentation, it's easiest and has the most color payoff if I use my finger to press them onto the skin. Then to add some depth to the outer corner, I'm going into the shade Earth, a deep matte chocolatey brown, and a smaller detailed brush, and applying that to my outer corner on both my lid as well as my lower lash line. Once I've applied some mascara, I'm then going in with Clinique's Black Honey Almost Lipstick to complete the look, and that's it. Super simple and great for every day. Next is a look that a lot of you guys requested when I wore in a recent video, so I'm first starting with the shade Attic and a fluffy crease brush and running that through my crease. Next, I'm going into the shade Gemma using a flat shader and I am patting that all over my lid. The color I apply next is kind of a transformative shade that behaves differently over a light versus dark base, so I'm really piling it on here to make sure I can maximize the shift in the next shadow, and I'm just blending that out in my crease as I go. Speaking of the next shadow, this is Orion that I'm patting all over my lid, and it's very similar to the duochrome in the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. Max Club, Makeup Geek has something similar. You can definitely achieve a similar look with those. And then I am adding some green liner to my lower lash line to kind of play with the greens that are popping in that duochrome. Then I also wanted to show how versatile these eyeshadows can be on the face, so I'm actually going into the shade Attic again, but on a sort of a fluffy contour brush, and I'm using that to bronze up my face. And we're not stopping with the bronzer, I'm actually going into the shade Phoenix using that same brush as before and applying it very, very lightly to the apples of my cheeks. This is a super pigmented powder, and so I use a very light hand to build it up because that's always easier than going in, starting with a lot and having to try and take out some of the color. And last for the lips to finish off this look is something new from Hourglass. This is their Lip Stylo Activist. They recently sent 3 of these shades to me, and this is the one I thought would best complement this look. It is in the shade Influencer. These are basically like tinted lip balms, so it's a really nice shade and product to kind of throw in your bag and apply on the go. On to the next look. This is more of a berry with some golden sparkle. And I'm starting once again with that Titania shade and running it through my crease. Then I'm going into Electra, which is a more plum-leaning pinky berry than Phoenix is, the powder that I used as my blush earlier. I'm using a flat shader brush to pat that all over my lid, as well as along my lower lash line. Then I'm going into Earth again to deepen up that outer corner, this time using a somewhat bigger, denser, pointed pencil brush, so I get a good amount of pigmentation over there, and I'm also running that through my crease as well. The tapered tip really helps adding that pigmentation into the crease. Next, the sparkle in this look comes from the shade Cosmo, and this is another one of those pressed pigments. I should, in hindsight, have used my finger to press it on to really maximize the pigmentation, but a flat shader brush works well too. You could also spritz the brush with some setting spray to help really grab onto that pigment and then deposit it on your lid. Next up is liner. I wanted some dramatic definition to the eyes, so I'm taking this deep plum liner from CoverGirl and running that through my waterline. Then, because this nude is so perfect for so many looks, I am using that same Hourglass lip product as I did in the last look and finishing this look off with that. And the fourth and final look is a berry cut crease. I'm first starting this look off with the shade Phoenix. It's that deep berry shade that I used on my cheeks earlier, and I'm running that through my crease using a somewhat fluffy but relatively narrow angled brush. if those words together make any sense. That's what I'm doing, running that through my crease to create a cut looking crease. And I'm also running that shade along the outer half of my lower lash line. Now to help blend the top part of that cut crease out, I'm going into the shade Vega. It's kind of a light pink toned neutral camel shade, and I'm using a fluffy blending brush to soften those edges around the crease. Next, I'm going to deepen up the shadow on my lid because the shade I'm going to lay over top of this has a slight shift to it as well that's really going to pop over a deeper base. So this is the shade Diadem, and I'm taking a flat shader brush and patting that all over my lid right up to that cut crease before moving into that shifty shimmery shade I mentioned before. And this is Galaxia. I forgot to hold up a shot of me actually taking this out of the pan, but basically it's this gorgeous kind of soft icy pink shimmery shade with this really fun blue shift to it. The shift doesn't look quite as extreme here, but the darker the base you have, the greater the shift you'll see. Then I went in and added some black liner. This is Inglot's black gel liner, and I'm just using an angled liner brush to apply that. I also took the same purple CoverGirl liner in my waterline for this look as well. I just forgot to record myself doing it, but no, that is what is on my waterline here. Then you throw a little mascara on, and that is the eyes done. I'm finishing off the whole look with lips, of course, and this, once again, is that same almost lipstick from Clinique in the shade Black Honey that I used in the very first look in this tutorial. Changing the lips up a little bit, but still keeping it pretty simple. So that is it from me, you guys. These are all 4 looks that I came up with using the Natasha Denona Star Palette. I really hope you enjoyed them, especially those of you who have been asking me over the past few videos to share how to get the look. This is it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which look is your favorite in the comments below. But besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.